You've seen this show before, huh?
Just a group of people who get together. We have one fundraising event each year, which is the San Antonio Rattlesnake Festival and International Gopher Race. And at that fundraising event, we try to raise enough money to be a local community chest. Our goal is to give 70% of the funds raised from the Rattlesnake Festival to local youth groups. After that 70%, then we give to other charities and organizations within the greater San Antonio area. And when I'm saying greater San Antonio, since we're only 1 mile square, we actually go a little bit further than that. But most of us work year-round on the festival, even if the job is only for that day. We have people who come out that day and they serve the food, or they help Joe sell the T-shirts, or they mark off the streets for the Arts and Crafts Festival, or they unload big boxes of chicken and flip them over and cook chicken for us. Hot dogs too, yeah. Did a great job on hot dogs this year. So all these people working that you never see from year to year until the day that they come in and they do their part. And without them, we wouldn't have a festival. Circle K shows up, takes tickets for us at the Gopher races and the snake shows. The Boys Village, now they don't actually just work that day. Right, guys? It's until 11 or 12 o'clock a night for several nights prior to the festival, building those Gopher race tracks and the moving bleachers. I know that was your most fun part, right? They really enjoy that, moving bleachers. They're going to take a second year in that. But this is why we do all this work. And these 30 little envelopes here, we know that our money is just a part of the money that a lot of these people need to do what they do. But we're proud to put our part in to making these envelopes and to making these donations tonight. And so that we can all get out of here by 8 o'clock, we're going to start with our donation. We have a check here for the East Pasco Junior Women's Club. The Junior Women's Club has a reading and fundamental program where they help area children in reading skills and buying books. Pioneer Florida Museum, I know Mabel Jordan is here. We have George Midway and Beth. The Pioneer Florida Museum, if you have not been to it yet, it's a wonderful place. It preserves our history. It preserves a little bit of Florida. It also fits one of our ideals for youth and education because they have a lot of programs for the area school children and anyone to go to take tours, and see a little bit about what Florida has been and is going to be in the future. Thank you. And I mentioned the Circle K Club a little bit earlier, Florida. Circle K Club is a service organization at St. Leo College. They help us with a lot of the things that we do. They help the Kiwanis Club of Dade City. They are putting together baskets for the needy for Thanksgiving. They always work at the Special Olympics, and part of this money that we're giving them tonight, they can help use at the Special Olympics for the retarded citizens of Pasco County. Another organization, a charitable organization that we do contribute to is Scott's Group Home in Zephyr Hills. Scott's Group Home? Scott's Group Home, at any one time, they have anywhere from 8 to 10 residents at their place at one time. And they help the severely handicapped individuals. And we're glad to be able to make a donation to them. Another organization that helps a lot in this area is Abba Farms in San Antonio. Abba Farms brings in a lot of the shelters, a lot of the homeless people and people who do not have a place to live. I do know that we received a nice letter from them last year saying that our contribution enabled them to buy about 2,000 pounds of food, which sounds like a lot of food, but when you're sheltering a lot of people, it doesn't go far.
It goes out in about 3 hours.
Thank you all for coming out tonight, and I hope you realize a little bit more about what our festival does. Giving out these checks is very important to us, educating people on the wildlife of Florida, getting together and having a good time and inviting all the people from all over, Orlando, St. Petersburg, Clearwater, Newport Richey, to come to our town and see what we do. Because we're the citizens of this town and we represent our area. And we're proud that they can come in and see something that we do, and I think we do very well. So let's all give ourselves a great big hand. And I think there's some high
Cottonmouth in your yard or a rattlesnake sitting by the Sunday news. That can be unnerving. And I wouldn't blame you for killing the snake. But if you're out in the woods and you see the snake, now you're out in his territory. Now he was in your territory. You're in his territory. Just let him go. He's out there feeding on rodents and so forth. He's doing his job for ecology. And just let him be. Now if that snake sitting by your paper happens to be a rat snake or a harmless snake, well then, just leave him be. He's not going to hurt you even in your yard. He's good. He's a mouse catcher. But if you're real nervous about having him in your yard, well, throw him over the fence. Your neighbor might want him, you know. Don't just get all upset because you got a snake in your yard. In just a few minutes here, I'm going to go through a few snakes and try to, explain a little of them. Now, the first one we do have to explain is a harmless snake. Now, this is the only harmless snake we have here. And do we know what it is? Anybody know what it is? Snake. Yes. Pine snake, right. Pine bull. Now, the reason I have this one here for exhibit is because he is on the state endangered list. Now, a lot of snakes are going on that list every year. They are being protected. This one is being protected because they're a beautiful snake. They do make good pets. And a lot of people have been hunting these, or a lot of people have been killing them because they're not noted for running too easy. And they get shot pretty quick. But now, protecting snakes is not new. Back in the 30s, during the Depression era, the state of Kansas was the first state to recognize the economic value of bull snakes. At that time, they made it a $5 fine. $5 during the Depression was a lot of money. But they made it a $5 fine to kill a bull snake. Because the farmers in the Midwest realized the economic value of this snake on a farm. This snake, this size right here, was consumed in a year's time around 40 to 50 rats. Now, if you're a farmer and you realize what rats do to you, and you got 8 or 10 of these snakes on your farm, you realize the economic benefit that you're gaining by having this snake. That's right. The farmers then realized that they passed that law, and since then we have passed other laws protecting various species of snakes. Now this is the pine bull snake. Now it doesn't mean that a snake don't bite. All snakes bite. This snake bites. He's got fine teeth like a fish has. And when he bites, he'll leave scratches or little holes in it. You bleed very nicely. That's people do. You do a lot of bleeding. The saliva in the snake's mouth is an anticoagulant. So you do a lot of bleeding, that's good though, it washes out the infection. But you're not going to be hurt. You just wash it off, a little iodine on the wound, keep out infection, you'll be alright. Alright, this is a Tiffany rattlesnake, or sometimes commonly called a ground rattler. He's got fine little rattles, this one's got a string of about 8 or 10 on it, he's got a big string of rattles. He is a rattlesnake and he is poisonous. But he won't kill. Nobody died from the thing we bite yet. But a lot of people get bit by it. Because unlike the diamondback, this snake here will hang around the yard. If you do a lot of sprinkling and so forth during the dry season, your frogs and stuff and lizards hang around the yard. He comes up there to get them. And also he likes to lay under the sprinklers too. During the drought, you know, it's real hot out there. The little ground rattler will come up there. A lot of people get nicked in their own yards on the finger usually because they have a nasty disposition. They're always constantly striking, and anything gets close to them, they'll zap it. So a lot of people just get bit on the little ground here that you don't have to worry about in this area at all. Up around Panama City, I have had, in the 40 years I've been up there, I've had about 6 copperheads brought in that I know were caught in the North Florida area. But you don't have to go too far across the Georgia or Alabama line to start running into copperheads. This particular copperhead here I got as a baby. It was caught near Alta, Florida. This was caught on the Florida side of the line. Now, there's a possibility of the youngster he comes down the Chattahoochee River. I don't know. He might have floated down during high water and got it around that area where his mother lies.
First annual Rattlesnake Roundup and International Gopher Races. Hooray! We'd like to begin the event today with our pace Gophers, and I'd like to introduce to you Miss Lorna Riopel, who is Miss Pasco County. Give her a big hand. I'd like to say that I promise not to say that she's 100 years old, celebrating the centennial of Pasco County. I'd like to also introduce a very special person to us, Lou Schmidt from Clearwater, who has been over the years our biggest Gopher booster. Yay! In fact, it was her daughter who 3 years ago was the U.S. champion. Is that correct? Runner-up in the international. Is that correct? Runner-up in the international races. Okay, what we'd like to do is have our we'd like to have a race this year for the pace gophers. If you put your gophers down to the back of the starting board, on your mark, get set, go! And they're off and crawling off to a slow start. In lane number 7 is Miss Pasco County with very fine gopher goosing form. We'd like to let you know that that little stick we call a gopher gooser. Jim Lou Schmidt, we're riding Lou. All right, pulling ahead in 5, 10, 12, 15 lengths ahead, going down. In lane number 7, Miss Pasco Kennedy, Lorna Riopelli. Coming down. Something's happened. Something's happened to both of our gophers. No, there they go again, coming down in lane number 7. The crowd is beginning to cheer for their favorite pace gopher. I think we have a slow track today. Yes, watching gopher racing is exciting, isn't it? Coming down to the end. I think we have a winner. Okay, let's have it so we can move our races along. Thank you, thanks, gophers. Oh, she's doing it right to the end. And we'd like to have for coming down to the end. And if I could ask, hooray, made it to the end of the track. If I could ask our pace gopher jockeys to come this way.
Over here. Oh, you won't choose.
We have a little present for our pace gopher jockeys. We'd like, here you go. Just as a special token of our appreciation, we'd like to give you these little race flags. San Antonio, Florida International Gopher Races. A big hand for our pace gopher folks. Thank you. And number 5, Jordan Schrader with Ruby Gopher. Lane number 7, we're leaving 6 open. Lane number 7, Teresa Schrader with Buzzy. Lane number 8, Jason Epperson with Legs. And lane number 10, Katie Briscoe with Turtle Grass. All right, lane number 1, Austin Stevens. Lane number 2, Dixie Henson. Lane number 4, Hayes Stevens. Lane number 5, Jordan Schrader. Lane number 7, Teresa Schrader. Lane number 8, Jason Epperson. Lane number 10, Katie Briscoe. We have right here at the starting line a fine crop of gopher jockeys. We can tell these are experienced gopher racers, ladies and gentlemen. They're receiving their instructions from Gopher Jack. We have at the finish line Gopher Chaz. And I'm Gopher Harvey, assisted by Gopher Jim. On your mark, get set, go! And they're off and crawling, gently tapping the back of the shells. All right, children, would you move back from the sidelines, please? Thank you. Taking an early lead in lane number 1 is John Boy, followed in lane number 2 with Ralph. Followed in lane number 4 with Bo. Gently. Chain lane number 6, 7, 5. Could you have Jordan just gently tap? Jordan, gently, Jordan. Very, very gently. Very, very gently. All right, taking off in lane number 5 is Ruby Gopher. Followed in lane number 2 with Ralph. Jordan, very gently, Jordan. Just gently tap him, don't push. Coming up quickly in lane number 4, Hayes Stevens with Bo. Pulling ahead in lane number 2, Dixie Henson with Ralph. The crowd is beginning to cheer as this race gets off to a fast start. The crowd is rooting for their favorite. Look at this, we have a 3-way gopher. Almost shell and shell, neck and neck, claw and claw. Going ahead, pulling ahead in lane number 5, Ruby Gopher, followed in lane number 2 with Ralph. The crowd is continuing to cheer in a very long time. Pulling ahead in lane number 5 is Ruby Gopher, but I can't tell from here who's going to be the winner. We're going to have to wait for the flag, and Gopher Jack is going to, Gopher Jack is going to be the winner. Who's the winner? Who's the winner? What lane? Lane number 4, Hayes Stevens with Bo. Was that an exciting race? Hold them, you have to hold them up. Get ready, go! Whoa! And we're up and crawling. Taking an early lead in lane 7, Elizabeth Frank inch by inch. Followed in lane number 2 with Speedy and Brian Green. Followed in lane number 10, Damon Anderson with Bigfoot. Followed in lane number 1, Tiny John Green. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in lane number 2, Brian Green with Speedy. It looks like it's Shell and Shell in lane number 7 with Inch by Inch. Coming up quick in lane number 10. You have to stand behind the Gophers, please. Gently tap, gently tap. All right, taking a lead by 2 shell lengths. In lane number 10, Bigfoot. Followed in lane number 7, Elizabeth Frank with Inch by Inch. Followed in lane number 2, Brian Green. Gently tap. Don't push the shell, please. Please don't push the shell. All right, pulling ahead by 3 shell lengths. In lane number 10 is Bigfoot. Followed in lane number 2 by Speedy. Followed in lane number 7 by Inch. Followed in lane number 1 by Tiny. All right, still ahead by 2 or 3 shell lengths in lane. The crowd from the snake show is beginning to cheer. All right, coming down to the end. It looks like the flag is up. We have a winner. And you can cheer up there too. Bigfoot, lane number 10, Damon Anderson. And the time on...
Which one? The finisher? The male will reach, watch your kid please, 6 feet. The Florida finisher, the male, in a while, will reach 135 pounds. In captivity, they get bigger. Because in a while, they're loaded with 17 different kinds of parasites. And of course, they do have some major health problems in a while. The captive population is big. The black painter, which is not the Florida painter, Painter apardus, that's a different species that comes from Asia. The male reach about 100 pounds, the female about 65 pounds. They're a little bit smaller than the Florida painter. Oh, yeah. Oh, captive, we have a male, the first one that we produced. Watch your kid, please. Step back, please. We have the only breeder is the first one that we produced. Oh, you're not captivity, they're reaching a special which is normal.
Oh, carry me back. Thank you very much. It might be a good deal of your folks today.
They were ahead of us, but they are there now.
All right, thank you. Is everybody waking up out there now?
I think we're awake now.
All right.
The blood is
just the
flowing.
beginning. Excuse me, Dennis, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Well, you're just waking me up. That's good. Okay, we're going from Louisiana. We're going to go on over to Texas and do a little Texas swing.
All right.
Well, I was born in Louisiana, down by the Ohio, raised on shrimp and catfish, 8 miles good run home. Said I got this restless feeling, say goodbye to mom and home. I crossed that old red river, this is what I saw. I saw miles and miles of Texas, all the stars up in the sky. I saw miles and miles of Texas, gonna live there till I die. Well, I went on into Cowtown, cradle of the West, just ask any cowboy, he'll tell you it's the best. Well, I got this restless feeling, said goodbye to mom and home, across that old red river, this is what I saw. I saw miles and miles of Texas, all the stars up in the sky. I saw miles and miles of Texas, gonna live there till I die. Well, I started riding Broncos, I rode every rodeo. Then I met a rough one, his name was Double Joe. Well, I held on to his rider to ride that old Bronco. He threw me from the saddle, this is what I saw. I saw miles and miles of Texas, all the stars up in the sky. I saw miles and miles of Texas, gonna live there till I
What is that?
That's a turtle.